don't believe me. You're only everything I in between.
Oh boy. What's up, guys? It's me, Rollo Bomber, and today we have a bit of a different video. So today I actually found this this list on the website known as thegamer.com, and it was titled 15 Major Plot Holes in Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts, I don't think it has too many plot holes. I think there may be a couple inconsistencies, but I certainly couldn't name 15. And I saw this and I read through some of them and I was like, okay, maybe they noticed something that I didn't. Oh, how wrong I it's a freaking joke. I didn't even go through all of them. So let's just go through this. Oh, and by the way, this was posted on June 22nd, 2017. So this was after 0.2 came out and the reveal that Ventus was part of Union Cross. So that's a good part of the information that we have. Only like a couple things that we know at this point that we didn't know back then. But either way, let's just go through this. Most gamers know about Kingdom Hearts even if they haven't played it. It's popular and fuses elements from Disney movies and Square Enix games. But even people who have played through the series don't fully understand the plot.
Oh my god!
Okay. It's rife with... I know that's an actual word, but it just doesn't sound right. He should have said ripe. But it's rife with awkward inconsistencies and big head scratchers. While the game tried to dodge these issues with metaphorical language, the majority of fans, including myself, ended up oblivious. The heck are you talking about? Oh my god. Okay. Though it's safe to say that irregularities are natural when a game forces together aspects from a wide variety of incompatible sources. Many characters' placements and their motives come into question. However, their mysteries with Kingdom Hearts extend beyond that. There are even core concepts to that world that players are forced to accept simply because that's how the game is. I mean, he's kind of right here. As Square releases more and more sequels and prequels and spin-offs, okay, hold on. First of all, this is something that I got into a discussion with someone on Discord. If a game like 308 Over 2 Days or Coded or Chain of Memories, if they are relevant to the plot, they're not they're not spin-offs. They are interquels, or in Coded's case, a sequel. So, As Square releases more and more sequels and prequels and spin-offs, a huge mass of lore often needs to be retconned each time to manage the new information. I can't think of any retcons. Maybe I'm just oblivious to the retcons, but please, someone tell me if there's any retcons, because I can't think of any. So perhaps it's inevitable for the game to have convoluted answers while its slapdash universe continues to grow. Our only choices are to not overthink it or scour the given information. Read on for my explanations for common confusions. So, plot hole number 15. King Mickey's knowledge. This should be good. King Mickey is one of the most cryptic of all Kingdom Hearts characters. What? Cryptic? I don't think you're using the word cryptic correctly here, because he is not cryptic. He was cryptic in the first game, yeah, give or take, because they weren't allowed to show him in more than one scene, but after that, he wasn't cryptic at all. it seems like he knows things that he shouldn't know, but he also seems like he's learning new information that he should already know. What? Listen, example, please, because you can't just say that. you can't. You just can't. Sometimes he even refers to characters as friends, though he had never met them. I'm assuming he's talking about Terra, but even then, Terra and Mickey sort of got acquainted with each other, and because Mickey became friends with Aqua and Ventus, I guess by extension he would consider him his friend, so it's not totally out of the blue. Then again, sometimes he's pretty clueless about beings he'd already met, and I guess he's referring to how Mickey totally forgot about saving Terravan and Aqua after Birth by Sleep or something like that. I don't know. Early on, Mickey leaves a mysterious letter asking Donald and Goofy to look for the key. He's oddly unclear about it, though he had already encountered Keyblades before the first game, a trait shared by many of the other Disney characters. As one of the few remaining Keyblade users, he spends a lot of time with the darkness rather than saving entire worlds. The heck is he talking about? We've barely gone through the first thing, and I've already pointed out so many things wrong. So, Mickey being in the realm of darkness throughout all of Kingdom Hearts 1 is not spending the majority of his time in darkness. And he almost had it with that inconsistency from Birth by Sleep to Kingdom Hearts, but Donald and Goofy knew what the key was, or what the Keyblade was, even if he only said the key. And the only inconsistency I pointed out between Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 1, or I should say Kingdom Hearts 2, was that Donald didn't know that the mysterious tower belonged to Yen Sid. So that was an inconsistency, but that was it. And it seems with what he seems to know, he should have started his journey a decade ago. So I guess he's talking about Birth by Sleep, but that's not a plot hole. That's not a plot hole. Why is Sora special? As noted in the previous entries, there isn't much of a reason why Sora should be special. All three of the main characters from Destiny Islands had an encounter with the previous Keyblade wielder. Also, Sora was used over the anti-form, accessing the Heartless he once was using his special clothes. The wording is so wrong in this sentence. It just seemed weird. And Anti-Form unleashes the darkness in his heart that he hasn't been able to control yet. He doesn't become a heart. That's not how you become a Heartless. Oh my god, this list. Oh my god. Okay. So, and what does that have to do with Sora being special or not? Fans wondered if this meant that Sora can too be possessed, which we see in Dream Drop Distance. He wasn't possessed, he almost was. So I don't know where you're going with there. Anybody can be possessed in Kingdom Hearts. Literally anybody. Perhaps Sora's destiny is due to things outside of his control. Since Ventus, pure of heart, since Vanitas was created, resides in Sora's heart, perhaps this made him special. No shit. Or maybe it goes beyond that to when he was an infant. I can understand believing that a baby's heart is pure and could somehow influence the broken Ventus, but why was he able to enter the Awakening Dream World and meet him there in the first place? Because he has a special heart? I don't really know what he's asking for here. The Keyblade War Legends. Oh boy, this should be full of something. Some game texts state that the aftermath of the war split the world from one into many. It also seems to cover the universe in darkness. Since Ventus didn't age much during the supposed time since this creation myth, perhaps it wasn't too long ago. Barring time travel, clones, spirit shenanigans. In Kingdom Hearts Key, it's revealed that the Keyblade wielders already knew about the war. What? No. Okay, let's just move on before I destroy this point. They'd received prophecies of it, and one of them was even tasked with ensuring that it would happen as foretold. All Keyblades are apparently imperfect copies of the Keyblade. That much is true, which is supposedly the only way to open Kingdom Hearts. Despite these claims, we see enough occasions where a Keyblade or Kingdom Hearts is available anyway. A couple things wrong with this statement. A couple of things. So, first off, the Keyblade wielders that we play as in Kingdom Hearts Key, and I'm talking about the browser game because Kingdom Hearts Union Cross or Unchained Key happens after the war. The Keyblade wielders in Kingdom Hearts Key, they were not told about the Keyblade War. The only people that knew about the war was the Foretellers, the Master of Masters, and Lushu. They were the only ones who knew about the war, and maybe Cherith, but Cherith wouldn't tell people. So those were the only people who actually knew about that the war was coming. And it's not like they just let it happen. I mean, Lushu and the Master let it happen, but everyone else was actively trying to prevent that. So that's one thing. And the other thing, the Keyblade, the X-Blade, you know, that being created Birth by Sleep, that was unstable. And Kingdom Hearts, I don't even want to get into that. The existence of Ventus and Vanitas, I think this was something I read beforehand. There's a lot of weird situations surrounding these two. Originally, Ventus is a hope for the future during the Keyblade War. No, after the Keyblade War. It isn't explained, but he barely ages between then and becoming an apprentice under Xehanort. As Ventus is somehow useless now, his master decides to split him into two, creating his dark counterpart, Vanitas. He didn't consider him useless, he just realized Ventus was too kind-hearted to use the darkness in his heart. Ventus's heart needs to heal and begins to do so thanks to meeting an infant Sora in a dream world. This causes Vanitas to take on Sora's face. Vanitas creates monsters out of his own emotional pain for Ventus to become stronger. This is done so that when the two of them clash and reunite, they can create the Keyblade. They do, but Ventus destroys them both from the inside. In the dream world, his heart asks to stay with Sora. When Sora later splits the two, Ventus goes into Roxas' half. Confused yet? I'm sorry. How was that a plot hole? All you did was explain Ventus's story. That's literally all you did. All you did was explain Ventus's story. You didn't point out any plot holes with Ventus or Vanitas. You perfectly explained it. Aqua's fate in the darkness. Before reading further into her, I felt a lot of pity for Aqua. By the end of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, she's one of the last Keyblade Masters, and she lost her friends. After Ventus is in a coma again, she leaves him in an unsafe place. I'll get to that. Oh my god, he's calling Castle Oblivion. Oh my god. And goes to try and save Terra from Xehanort. She fails, and they both fall to the realm of darkness. At this point, Aqua decides to sacrifice herself to save Terra's possessed body, though she meets his heart there. What? Is he referring to that one scene in 0.2? Because that okay. Saving Xehanort begins the chain of events that allows him to wreak havoc throughout the worlds. Then, 12 years just kind of fly by. Fans still speculate as to why anyone else that gets trapped in the realm of darkness doesn't get stuck for long at all. Okay, that last part is something I can actually agree with. Okay, like I can actually partially agree with that because Ansem the Wise was stuck in the realm of darkness. Riku was stuck in the realm of darkness. Mickey was stuck in the realm of darkness, and Sora was stuck in the realm of darkness. More than once for all of them. So, or I should say they've been to the realm of darkness more than once. Riku was able to go in and out because he had accepted darkness in his heart. Apparently, with Mickey, he got out because of a portal constructed by Organization 13, thanks to that card that he found that he later gave to Riku in Chain of Memories. And Sora, he got out the first time by opening a gate, and I really pointed that out in everything wrong with 0.2. It's like, okay, Aqua knows how to open gates, so why doesn't she? So maybe there's a reason behind that, but okay, whatever. You partially have 1 point. And we'll get to you calling Castle Oblivion not safe later. The minds and bodies of Terra and Xehanort. When Xehanort uses his Keyblade to unlock his own heart, his body dissipates. Instead of splitting into a Heartless or transforming like Maleficent, that's totally not related, he just enters Terra's body. The explanation for that is that it was because he was harnessing kingdom... What? I don't remember ever reading something like that. The bodiless Terra then possessed his armor instead. Yet Terra is also within Xehanort as they often converse or fight. Do you not... Does he not understand the plot? It's like you read the Spark Notes version of Kingdom Hearts and is basing a list off that. Because I have never read anywhere that Xehanort harnessed the power of Kingdom Hearts to dissipate his body and possess Xehanort. That was through his own abilities. And 2, Terra's suit has his mind, not his heart, and obviously not his body, just his mind. His body and his heart are owned by Xehanort, so that's how they're... Oh my god. And also, strange, Aqua speaks to Terra, who is in the realm of darkness, and he's later shown next to Ventus' comatose body. Despite both the Nobody and Heartless halves of Terra's Xehanort eventually being destroyed, Terra somehow always exists in multiple places at once. Perhaps he is Riku... What? That doesn't even make sense! That last part didn't even make sense! Perhaps he is Riku now? Riku never existed in multiple points. Riku never split into a Heartless or a Nobody or had, like, his body... Okay, I will say he had his body split from his heart, but that was different. And even then, that was only for a brief moment, and it was just 2 halves. He should have said Sora. That would have made more sense. And if Master Ericus' heart is still helping Terra from within, what's his part in Xehanort's many forms? I'm not going to explain it. He should know if he calls himself a fan of Kingdom Hearts. He really should. He really should. Disney villains and deaths. It's not so unimaginable that Maleficent becomes obsessed with hearts and enlists the villains of each world. Maybe it's odd that they would agree to plans that could end up destroying their own homes. But maybe they wanted to follow Maleficent's example as she conquers Hollow Bastion. Aqua shows mercy on Maleficent, and this too is a fatal mistake for entire worlds. But it's strange that even when Sora destroys a villain, some, like Ursula, seem to be able to come back. Even after Maleficent has her heart unlocked and transforms into a dragon, only to be destroyed by Sora, she is able to come back simply by magic. That's not the explanation that you can find on the Kingdom Hearts wiki. So I'm not gonna mention the recent Union Cross thing because that didn't come out yet. But if you simply look at the wiki explanation, you should know. Death isn't clear in Kingdom Hearts. There are a lot of people that die and come back or exist in other forms. There's even an underworld where the dead Auron can join you. That's completely different. That's 2 totally separate things. Oh my god. What is this? The motives and placement of Final Fantasy heroes. Funny how he puts Sephiroth with Final Fantasy heroes. He's the main antagonist of Final Fantasy VII. So, why? Why does Cloud hate Sephiroth in this universe? There is no Nibelheim for him to burn, and Aerith wasn't killed. And what? Have you played Kingdom Hearts 2? Oh, hold on. And why are most of the Final Fantasy 8 and 10 characters a decade younger in this appearance. Most Final Fantasy VIII characters. Funny. Okay, I'll give him that. While Squall, Yuna, and Riku are a couple years older. What? No. Squall looks like the same age he was in Final Fantasy VIII. And Yuna, Riku, and Pain are basically the same version from Final Fantasy X too. So they're not a year older or a decade older. The f*** are you talking about? Why are the Gull Wings little fairies? Because they made them like that. Does it matter? That's not a plot hole. That is not a plot hole. Speaking of which, this really isn't a plot hole. And this really isn't a plot hole. None of these are plot holes. As a child, I was excited at first at the prospect of seeing Final Fantasy characters together in one game, but now I find their placement odd. What are they doing there other than serving cameos? They are questions you might ask of any guest character, of course, but unlike the Disney heroes, it seems like the Final Fantasy characters were just placed wherever convenient. Without their past, why would they behave the way they do? Has he not played Kingdom Hearts 1 either? Like, it's explained why Squall is the way he is in Kingdom Hearts 1. He is the way he is and calls himself Leon because he was ashamed that he couldn't protect his home, which was Radiant Garden at the time. So after Maleficent took it over and he couldn't do anything to protect his world, he became the kind of person that he is now. With Cloud, he is struggling because Sephiroth serves as his darkness. That's why he hates him. And that's why Tifa is chasing after Cloud. Just play the games. Oh, this should be... I didn't even read this one yet. Why and How Nominate and Memories. That's an amazing title. Nominate is another odd existence. So, to summarize, she's captured, causes a mess of Sora's memories, and takes a year to fix it, only to be told that she shouldn't exist. The player can infer. That means not confirmed. When it is confirmed that she's Kyrie's nobody, the way Roxas is Sora's nobody. Perhaps this didn't create a Heartless since Kyrie's one of the 7 princesses of Heart. Again, no shit. By being created when Sora lets out Kyrie's heart, Nominate only has power over Sora's memories and those close to him. But if that's the case, why was she useful to Organization 13 during the short time before this? What? I'm sorry. Are you confused by the placement of the timeline? Because as soon as Organization 13 made their way to Castle Oblivion after Roxas was enlisted in the organization, and boom, they're sent out to Castle Oblivion, and some people are planning to betray them. They discover Nominate, relay her information over to Xemnas and everybody else about how she's able to control memories and stuff, or Sora's memories, stuff like that. And then Marluxia and Larxene proceed to try and use her to get Sora. So she couldn't have been useful before then because she didn't exist. How do stolen memories create the likes of the Riku replica and Sora's clone Xion? The Riku replica wasn't made from memories. He was made from just regular data that Vexen gathered from Riku. Oh god, this actually hurts. This actually hurts. And if you want to know how the stolen memories create Xion, it's part of the replica program. We don't know the specifics of the replica program, but we know it comes from the replica program. It seems in Kingdom Hearts, memories might be the building blocks of a heart. They kind of explain that they are. What is this? And how is that a plot hole? Kyrie and Keyblades. Okay. A young Kyrie gets cast out in the ocean of worlds, space. Oh my god! But is oh my god! Oh my god! But is protected by a good luck charm, a good luck spell, actually. Years later, without explanation, Kyrie's heart enters Sora's while her body transports to another world. When she awakens, she recovers Heartless Sora's heart by hugging him. Is this because they're close or because she's a princess of heart? If you read the facts, you know it's because she's a princess of heart. And it's not without explanation that Kyrie went into Sora. It was explained. Some felt this meant killing Heartless was immoral since it's curable, but destroying them can actually lead reviving a person. Lead reviving a person. Oh my god. Okay. It's not immoral because if there's some black creature who is out to steal my heart or the heart of my friends and family, I will destroy it. I'm not going to say, well, let's keep him here, wait for one of the only 7 people in the universe to heal this person. No, let's destroy this little thing. It's not immoral. Who thinks killing Heartless is immoral? One of the things that upset fans was when Kyrie was given a Keyblade. People began to feel just about anyone can have a Keyblade. That's kind of true, but there are conditions and circumstances. And in one of Xehanort's journal entries, it seems that though there are even more... Are you talking about more Keyblade wielders? Of course there are more Keyblade wielders. I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts Key... Oh, what is he talking about? Apparently, Kyrie became able to wield the Keyblade when she first touched Aquas Keyblade. In that case, why did anyone seek Sora? Why did anyone seek Sora? Why didn't Mickey just knight a few of his best soldiers this way? You can't just go giving out Keyblades to just anybody. They have to meet the right conditions. And you would know this if you played the games and read the facts. And no one sought out Sora to wield a Keyblade. No one made him his successor. Or no one made him their successor. So, oh my god, this this actually hurts. Riku, the secret... Oh, wow. Terra passes on the ability to use the Keyblade to Riku. This is unfortunate as apparently Riku opening the secret door is what unleashes Heartless on Destiny Island. That much is true. Later on, Maleficent tells Riku that he was supposed to be the original chosen one and the nod to Sora not being special. I mean... Okay. When Ansem took over his body, it's Riku's heart that gets stuck in the realm of darkness. Though later it seems it was his full physical form. Is this why he's stuck with Ansem's face when the darkness takes over? You're asking questions that can be answered easily and then calling them plot holes. Riku got his physical form back because Sora straight up destroyed Ansem. And Ansem was possessing Riku's body. So Riku's body went back to its owner. And the reason why Riku was stuck with Ansem's face was because Ansem had an influence in his heart that he couldn't control. This continues to be a problem for Riku even after Ansem is killed twice. But why does Diz's machine exploding revert his Ansem face? Some believe Riku's heart was freed somehow due to the destruction of the fake Kingdom Hearts. Others say it was just Kyrie's influence. How was it Kyrie's influence? How? He wasn't in contact with... I mean, he was close to Kyrie at the time, but he wasn't in contact with her. Actually, Sora was in contact with her during the explosion. It explained in the game, in the same cutscene, it was because of the explosion. Oh my goodness. The only reason why the True Organization 13 later choose to go after Sora is because when Riku overcame his darkness, this somehow made him immune to possession. Young Xehanort said, I think pretty sure Young Xehanort said, not exactly immune, but developed a resistance to darkness. So this means that if they were to try and possess Riku, I mean, he still can be possessed, but it would be much, much harder. Hollow Bastion and Castle Oblivion. Changing a world. This should be fun. Castle Oblivion was created when Aqua locks the land of departure. While it's supposed to be a trap, it's supposed to trap intruders in Oblivion, that's actually not true. It just lets you relive memories and fight with... Oh my god. No. No, he's getting it all wrong. He's getting it all wrong. Oh my god. Guys, this act... Do you understand how much this hurts, guys? Aquas sets this up to keep Ventus's body safe, but also in order to keep the castle secrets from being abused. The only thing that was done because Castle Oblivion was made, besides protecting Ventus, was to ensure that the land of departure doesn't fall completely to darkness, since it existed in balance. So there are people that would abuse neutral grounds. But that's... Oh my god. Yet, it is while in its new form that it becomes exactly what Organization 13 takes advantage of. And it seems like just about anyone can get there by walking for some reason. No. 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 I mean, it's not exactly a super secret place. It's just a world. And if people end up making it there by walking, yeah, that's one thing. And yeah, anybody can go in the castle. Maybe one would think by this precedent, Maleficent or a Xehanort had corrupted Radiant Garden by unsealing it. What? I'm sorry. I'm just confused here, because what he's saying is that maybe because of this, Radiant Garden was turned into Hollow Bastion because it got unsealed or something like that. No, it got changed to Hollow Bastion when Maleficent brought it to ruin. It's like if someone were to basically take over a country, wipe out or destroy the majority of said country, and change it into their image and then name it something else. And yet, the change seems to be caused by something... Oh my god. With everything except the castle is first overrun by Heartless, all the inhabitants lose much of their memories about it. So the solution isn't sealing it with the Keyblade or killing Maleficent, but instead by destroying a computer program and relearning its name. Okay, no. 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 What is Kingdom Hearts? Okay. It seems like Kingdom Hearts is literally made of the hearts of the dead. I actually got mad there. It seems like Kingdom Hearts is literally made of the hearts of the dead. In Kingdom Hearts 2, Organization 13 goes to great lengths to build their own Kingdom Hearts by destroying tons of Heartless to build it up. But damaging the entity just releases the hearts again as an army of Heartless. The game describes the real thing as the heart of all worlds. So it's a sort of core where if corrupted would darken all the worlds, and if absorbed would give all the power. Yes. Despite the legend surrounding how to open it, in the first game, it just opened because Sora sacrificed himself for Kyrie. No. Oh my god. He thinks that's a plot hole. He actually thinks that's a... Okay. First of all, he didn't open Kingdom Hearts when he sacrificed himself. Sora opened up the final keyhole, which was constructed by Xehanort, to give a proper path to Kingdom Hearts, which can only be opened by the 7 Princesses of Heart. They had gathered the 6 of them, but Kyrie was unusable thanks to it being inside of Sora. So when Sora released his heart, he released Kyrie's, and therefore exposing the 7th pure heart and exposing the path. I could not break that down any further. Further still, it's odd that both the Realm of Darkness and Light were both behind the... What? So he's saying that the door of the oh my god, he's saying that the Realm of Light and the Realm of Darkness are basically in the same area. Why did the Light destroy Ansem, but not the Heartless there? Why did closing the door prevent darkness from overrunning Kingdom Hearts if it was all inside? And how could doing this repair the destroyed... oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So, first of all, to answer this question, why did the Light destroy Ansem but not the Heartless in there? It was strong enough to destroy Ansem, who was outside the door to darkness, but it is still in the Realm of Darkness. So all the Heartless inside there, even if they were destroyed, it wouldn't wipe out every single Heartless in there. It's the Realm of Darkness. Second of all, how did closing the door prevent the darkness from overrunning Kingdom Hearts? It needed to be... It's a door. It's like, why does locking your front door prevent intruders from coming in? And how did closing the door prevent darkness from overrunning Kingdom Hearts if it was all inside? And how could doing this repair the destroyed planets? They weren't trying to overrun Kingdom Hearts, and the worlds were going through a process of being consumed by the darkness thanks to Ansem's actions. But by killing him and closing the door, they undid that, so they brought all the worlds back. Minions, Heartless, Nobody's Unversed, and Dream Eaters. Some fans complain that enemies don't cross over enough into other games. Unversed, being creations of Ventus, are rare and likely die out after Birth by Sleep. It isn't clear how the painful emotions in Ventus mass-produced them. Meanwhile, Dream Eaters are only on sleeping worlds that are safe from the Heartless. They are supposed to be made by darkness, a world naturally produces on its own, yet somehow half of them are good guys. He's talking about spirits, and Spirit Dream Eaters were made before Nightmares. So, Nightmares are actually the result of a Spirit Dream Eater falling to darkness, if you look at Chirithy. Okay. And he should know this because this was already revealed to us. In the past, Heartless weren't artificially created yet, though they were still purebloods. When Emblem Heartless are created and escape, they reproduce every heart they consume, spreading like zombies. And Nobody's, being the counterparts created from the leftover body and soul, should have appeared much more, particularly in Chain of Memories, and without a body or soul. Okay, why are Heartless called this when they are actually hearts? Being metaphysical, they are somehow able to enter dream worlds, computers, and travel through time. If he's referring to Ansem, that's different, because Ansem or Xehanor's heart was strong enough to maintain its human form when becoming a Heartless, so that's different. Computers, it was the computer that made the man-made Heartless. Why wouldn't there be Heartless in the computer? And he said, why didn't Nobody's appear in Chain of Memories? Because the Heartless you fight in Chain of Memories weren't actually real Heartless. They were just illusions, just like the card worlds you go to. So, oh my goodness. And they're called Heartless. I'm pretty sure it's explained in one of Xehanort's reports, or maybe Ansem's report. But the way they act, it's their heart is consumed by the darkness. They're essentially heartless because of the way they act. Oh boy, this should be a real good one. Time travel and the True Organization 13. When both the Nobody and Heartless halves of a person are destroyed, they come back to their original form. This makes fans wonder why more people aren't restored. Which fans? I wasn't wondering how many people were restored thanks to destroying Nobodies. I just assumed that they were. But regardless, with Ansem and Xemnas dead, Old Man Xehanort revives. Apparently, Heartless Ansem from the future had enlisted young Xehanort to scour time-gathering versions of himself, including Xemnas and apparently Xigbar and Sayax, who are also part Xehanort for some reason. This new Organization 13 tries to make Sora the 13th vessel. Time travel rules seem to force people back to their own time, when the source, in this case, young Ansem. Oh my god. Young Ansem. Not young. No. Not this guy. Young Ansem. No. Runs out of power. It also makes any traveler lose memories of their travels when they return. So Xemnas and Ansem were forced back to their defeat as usual. On another note, why was Pete so much stronger and braver and nobler when Sora goes into the past and Timeless River? It's not like that world follows any time travel. He just brought up Timeless River as part of a plot hole to Kingdom Hearts. And this isn't even a plot hole. He just explains things terribly and then tries to call it a plot hole with maybe a question at the end of it. None of these are plot holes. Not a single one. Oh my god. This guy is freaking terrible. This is probably the worst Kingdom Hearts list I have ever seen. And I've seen some pretty bad stuff. Heck, I'm even bold enough to say this list is worse than a lot of the things that IGN has done. And that's a bold claim. Because IGN did that really bad 2015 thing. And they also did a handful of other things that was just straight up wrong for Kingdom Hearts. But a lot of that stuff doesn't even compare to this. If you want to see this for yourself, go ahead. I'll leave a link in the description below. Oh my god. None of these were actually plot holes. That's the worst part. None of these were actually plot holes. Not a single one. And I just find that hysterical. Oh my god. Hope you guys rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitter, my Twitch. This has been Noir Low Bomber, and I'm out.
Thank you.